This is Dominic. Dominic works at a 5-star restaurant called the Pixel Palace. There, some of video games' most popular characters come in to have a drink. Sometimes they share stories and even secrets, for as we all know, what the bartender hears is confidential, isn't it?
So I'm sitting there tending bar when in walks someone who's stayed out of the spotlight for a very long time, Duke Nukem. Now Duke Nukem used to be the top of his game, literally. His shoot-'em-up game was one of the best known in all the world. So naturally I asked him, I said, "Mr. N, where have you been all these years?" And he says, "Oh, been working on this new game called Duke Nukem Forever." And I said, "Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. It was supposed to be like this big groundbreaking game, but never got off the ground." And he told me, he said, well, it went from game designer to game designer, people to people, all over. Everyone just kept wanting to improve the technology and nobody could keep up with the times. And I said, well, that's sad. What did you do about it? And he says, I took over. I said, you took over? He said, yes, I took over as the supreme game designer. I handled the story, the characters, the gameplay, everything about it. And I said, that sounds fantastic. I mean, well, what went wrong? He said, they just didn't have the vision that I had. I said, really? Well, what was your vision? And he said, well, it was going to be a brand new kind of technology. A kind of technology where you actually use actors in the game. I said, well, that's been done before. He's like, no, not just laser scan and not just filming them, actual actors. From every angle, you can play the actors. That's the catch. Everything is real. And I said, well, that sounds impressive. Who were you going to get to be in it? And he says, well, yours truly, of course. I mean, you can't have a Duke Nukem game without Duke Nukem. But then I was thinking along the lines of Angelina Jolie and Johnny Depp. And I said, isn't that the highest paid actress and the highest paid actor in all of Hollywood? And he said, hell yeah, I don't dick around. When I get the best, I get the best. And I said, but wasn't that expensive? I mean, didn't that cost you a fortune? And he says, oh, sure, but money was no object. We just want the best. And I said, well, okay, what were they doing? Well, Johnny Depp was a slug monster who distracted his enemies by shitting out diamonds. And not fake diamonds, real diamonds. Like I said, everything is real, everything. I said, well, what about Angelina Jolie? And he said, well, she becomes an entrepreneur and takes over Disney World. And again, we really take it over. We fork out all the money and we take over Disney World. And she turns into a bunch of blood-sucking zombies. You know, more than they are now. So that way, I have to go through Disney World and destroy all the famous cartoon characters. And I said, well, holy smokes, Duke Nukem. I mean, the copyright alone must be a fortune. And he says, it was, but it's all real. It's all real. And I said, blimey, that sounds unbelievably expensive. I mean, didn't the game producers have a problem with that? And he said, well, yeah, at first, but they were with me for the most part. But they got a little iffy when I brought in the giant monster Eiffel Tower. Giant monster Eiffel Tower. I said, oh yeah, and again it was the real thing. We give it large mechanical arms, legs. It would breathe fire on all the cities. But it's okay, he said, because we will bring in a giant mechanical Mount Rushmore. Imagine all 4 of the president's heads with their teeth trying to bite off the head of the Eiffel Tower. And I said, the Eiffel Tower has a head? And he says, yes, of Jerry Lewis. And I said, no. None of this would be computer animated or digital. He said, no, it'd be all real. Everything would be real. This would be the groundbreaking game of all time. And I said, well, that sounds unbelievably expensive, like beyond comprehension. And he says, oh no, that goes even more beyond comprehension, because we bring back the Titanic. With tits. The Titanic, we were gonna call it. It would be unbelievable. We actually bring it up from under the water, give it tits, and it goes in and it destroys everybody. Titanic for the win, he said. And I said, gee, that sounds unbelievably unreasonable. He says it gets even more unreasonable. I thought, oh god. For you see, after the Eiffel Tower, Jerry Lewis, Mount Rushmore, Titanic attack, I would do the next best thing. I would purchase a nuclear weapon. The producers would pay for it. I'd take it, I'd launch it, and I'd totally wipe out Canada. First video game in the world to actually destroy a nation. It would be groundbreaking, unbelievable. And I said, you can't blow up Canada. That's where Valus lives. Where else are we gonna get movie reviews that are so unbelievably monotone? And he said his monotone would go up an octave once he sees that giant mushroom cloud. And I said, but that's anarchy, that's chaos, that's an expensive use of mindless violence. And they said, that's Duke Nukem Forever. So I said, well, what went wrong? And he said they thought it was too expensive. Oh, what a shock. And I said, look, Mr. Nukem, I appreciate your passion and your energy, but this would cost billions upon billions upon billions upon billions upon billions of dollars. Who in their right mind would pay for that? They said, the players would. Because everybody would buy this game. Twice. I said, everybody will buy a video game twice. He said, yes, this one they would. And I said, that sounds crazy. He said, you look me in the eye and tell me they wouldn't. God knows I couldn't do it. I couldn't say that people honestly would not buy a game with the Eiffel Tower with Jerry Lewis's head attacking a Titanic with tits, Mount Rushmore with Angelina Jolie, Johnny Depp, and the entire obliteration of Canada. Would you not buy it? And I asked him, I said, you know, obviously the project didn't go forward, but can I give you some advice? People really seem to like character and story. I mean, groundbreaking technology is nice, but overall, they just want to have fun. They just want to enjoy what they're watching, not always be blown away. They have some intelligence. You have to treat your audience with some respect and dignity. So I asked him, I said, what did you go on to do next? He said, I went on to the movie Avatar. Yeah, I wrote the story and directed it with James Cameron and everything, but I saw I wanted to keep a low profile and I didn't mind him getting all the credit, so just decided to let him be the big popular one. Oh. And I said, how's that doing? And he said, highest grossing movie of all time. And I said, technology, groundbreaking. Story, ripped off. Characters, non-existent. And I said, oh, well, I'm glad that's working out for you. And he said, me too. Now if you excuse me, I have to smoke a kitten. I'm unbelievably rich, so I can do that. And got up and left. What an asshole. I see a lot of strange things as a bartender. I see a lot of strange things at the Pixel Palace. So, I'll see a lot of strange things as a bartender at the Pixel Palace. And that ain't no lie. Swear to it.